Hey guys, it's Tom here back with another video, and I didn't think I would be doing this. Was Naruto was the Fox God Part 2. I mean, just look at these numbers. Let me go over here. 319 views already, and it's been a day and 3 hours. It's been a day. Look at these numbers. This is God. This is God Part 5. That's God Part 5. See, the Tensagon one you see right there, I'm pretty sure is, see, the one under it is God Part 1, and the one under 10 Tails is God Part 5. Oh my god. I mean, just going over here to the one that I published like last night. See, that already had 251 views. And yesterday I was at 372 and I'm at 381. Thank you for all the support. Looks like you're getting your wish. Fake life. Oh yeah, this is my favorite comment. This is my favorite comment. It is, in my opinion, the best comment. So, everyone who wanted part 2, well, thanks. And here it is. So, oh yeah, I need to explain a few things. I didn't mention Mizuki because I, like when I was going to bed, I remember that I didn't mention Mizuki, so that random ninja got killed because they were throwing a kunai at Naruto and Menma, yeah, that's just gonna be Mizuki. That's just gonna be Mizuki. And I didn't explain the reason why Hinata was on Naruto's team. I don't think I'm gonna do an Arcana ship. I think you guys can decide, but I'm gonna go more towards Naruto Tamari, because that one's more unusual. But you guys can still decide. And if it was something interesting. But, yeah. So, the reason why Hinata is on Naruto's team is because Naruto, Sasuke, and Hinata are the strongest of the demigods. They're the strongest of, the Genin demigods in the village. So, a demigod team, a team of demigods with their with their sensei that is that won't even be able to be stronger than them because, well, they're demigods. They're literally half god, so yeah. So, okay, let's go to the explaining what they want to be. Because I left off with them going up to the top of the roof. Okay, so Naruto would then say that he wants to basically live up to the legend that he's supposed to be. And Sasuke would say that he wants to live up to his mother's name, and yeah, and that would be his goal. His likes would be, I did think this right. Well, his likes would be, okay, his likes would be training with Itachi, and going and doing things with Itachi, because Itachi was basically his brother. Well, not basically, Itachi is his brother. I am an Odute. Okay. Naruto. Okay, so Hinata would then. Oh yeah, Sasuke doesn't really dislike anybody. Okay, Hinata would say that her goal is to, well, also live up to her mother's name. She would say that she likes to train with her father, and her dislikes are people who spout about fate and destiny. Basically, Neji. Oh yeah, wait, I needed to edit something. Oh yeah, I forgot to say that Rock Lee is actually just gonna stay on Team 10 with Neji, 10 and him. And Menma's gonna be moved to the new team. To the new team that they create that Rock Lee was gonna be on, but no, it's gonna be Menma, a prodigy Uchiha, and then so Menma, a prodigy Uchiha, and then a trying to think of this. And see, this is the predicament. I need to figure out what clan this man is going to be from. Because I don't want another Uchiha, because then it'll just be like Tensei gone, Mangekyo. We don't need that. I mean, that's basically what it's gonna be on Team 7. It's gonna be Mangekyo. It's gonna end up being Mangekyo Renegon. Well, Rene Sharingan. Well, Mangekyo Rene Sharingan, actually. And then, Byakugan. Maybe Tenseigan, if I feel like giving Hinata Tenseigan. That's something I might debate, giving Hinata Tenseigan. You guys can decide that and decide when, if you guys want her to get Tenseigan. And then you also have, oh yeah, the reason I didn't record this earlier is because you had to do schoolwork. Stupid schoolwork. So, Naruto would end up, the clan member the female clan member that Menma's teammate is going to be is... Okay, let's give Sakura a sister. She needs family. Sakura gets an equally useless sister. There. An equally useless Sakura clone. It's basically just a Sakura clone, but shorter hair and yeah. So what we're going to do? So Team 7 would go, and Kakashi would tell them not to eat, and yeah, when they would go there the next day, Naruto would just be sitting there, kind of just laying down, sleeping in his fox form. Because Naruto has a fox form. Did I not mention that? Oh yeah, and he also has a god form. Because basically the form that he's in isn't his god form. That's just passive form. With his tails out, yeah. Oh yeah, Naruto's hair is basically Minato's hair, but longer in the back. But a bit longer in the back. And, yeah. So, Sasuke would have basically flown in as a crow. And, yeah, he would see this little 9-tailed fox just laying down and guessing that that's Naruto. So, he would land. And they would just sleep. They would both just sleep, waiting. And when Hinata would arrive, like a bit later, she would see a crow with kind of flaming wings, and a 9-tailed fox, and a small little 9-tailed fox. Yeah, she would guess that this is Naruto and Sasuke because they have animal forms. Because, yeah. Oh I also was very frustrated last night because I went through 2 different recordings before I finally got the real recording done of with Naruto left the village. It doesn't seem to be going that popular as it doesn't seem to be catching as much as of attention as with Naruto as the Fox God. I mean, it is just what if Naruto left the village. This is what if Naruto was the Fox God. Something that I've never seen anybody do before. And yeah, I even looked. I didn't see any results. Okay, but let's get back to the water. So they're just gonna wait there. And yeah, when they would get there, Naruto would basically jump onto Kakashi's humongous white hammock hair thing and just kind of start clawing at Kakashi, saying you're late. That's what you get for being late. Getting clawed by this tiny fox. And yeah. Naruto would basically jump off of Kakashi's head and turn into his human form. And then Kakashi would explain the bell test. Hinata would realize there's only 2 bells, and he would then just say that one of them goes back to the academy. They would all basically regroup back in the forest. And then Naruto says that that there's probably a secret underlying goal about this test. And yeah, that's what he says. And yeah, so they would say that basically Kakashi said that they're not allowed to use their god powers. But Naruto had used his god powers to set a few traps and create a few weapons for them. Naruto would basically walk over to a tree, and basically it would be this kind of giant tree, and then basically he would pour them a little strip of the bark, and then there would just be a scythe, a short sword, and and a knife. He would hand the short sword to Sasuke and hand the knife to Hinata, and he would grab the scythe. Then Naruto would then go on to tell them that we're all going to attack at once, and yeah. So they would all basically run through the forest, and when they all basically kind of circulate around Kakashi to where basically one was able to charge in front, one was Sasuke and Hinata were able to charge from the 2 sides, from left and right, and Naruto was gonna charge from behind. When they did this, Kakashi would jump up only to find Naruto basically jumping out of the tree that Kakashi was by and slicing off the bells, grabbing the bells. He would then slice the bells in half. And then give himself basically a whole bell and give half of a bell to Sasuke and give half of a bell to Hinata. He would then just say, "You will pass." Naruto would then just say, "I knew it." And Kakashi would then just say, "You have 2 choices now. You can become a ninja immediately, or you can go into an extra academy program that allows you to expand your curriculum and learn more things about your nature affinities and stuff that you really wouldn't get the time to learn really on our missions unless we had a lot of time on them. And it would also teach you how to use your chakra control and stuff like that." And Kakashi would say that this program goes on for 3 years, teaching advanced stuff and taught by Jonins. And Kakashi would say at the end of this, you can, at the lowest rank, you would be Manchunin. Highest rank, you could even be an Anbu. Maybe, but that's for exceptions. It's basically a secret program that's only said to teams Basically, this was a secret program developed by the third Hokage after Minato's death, seeing that he wanted that he also. And it would also teach a bit of sealing jutsus and basically have like other core areas where they can specialize in. Basically, think of high school and how you have like electives. Basically, you could choose like. Basically, you can check off like if you were an Uchiha, you would probably check off like ninjutsu and genjutsu. If you were an Uzumaki, you would probably check off chakra control and sealing jutsu, stuff like that. And you can choose up to basically 3 of these, because basically they would focus on one for each year, going on until the age of 15, basically. I'm making all of this up on the fly, too, so this is going surprisingly smooth for something that I have to make up in my head, basically right on the minute. Okay, let's get back. So they would all accept, and basically Kashi would go to Haru's, and they're still doing missions. They're doing missions too to gain some money. They're doing missions. They have basically advanced library in the extra academy place, and this would take place on a different, not the academy building, but a a hidden academy building, because they didn't want this program to be directly exercised unless the Jonin sensei declared your team worthy enough, because this wouldn't even be brought up if they think that your team wasn't worthy enough. All 3 members would have to be exceptionally skilled in order for this to happen. And they didn't even use any ninjutsu or their godly powers. And they got the bells off of Kakashi using the 2 as a distraction, Naruto going up and getting the bells. So they would be in basically the academy for a month, doing also basic D-rank missions. Basically, Naruto chose for his 3 main focuses. He would have chose sealing jutsu, chakra control, and more focusing on weapons, like infusing. Yeah, more of weapons, to learn really how to use his weapons better, because right now he's just brute forcing it. And also there's another area, if you had a Kekigenkai, you can basically, there would basically be another option that would basically be in another course for people who had Kekigenkai, that basically they could check off Kekigenkai, and they would have people who have that Kekigenkai, if they have that Kekigenkai, come train you in the Kekigenkai and tell you basic things about the Kekigenkai and more advanced things, but the Kekigenkai that you would have. So Naruto would have checked that, and Menma would be there, so basically it would be the Rookie 9 reunion. The Rookie 9 reunion plus, now it would be the Rookie 12. This would be the Rookie 12, because you got Menma and his team. Yeah. And basically the classes are taught by the 4 Jonin instructors, and some Anbu who would visit, and sometimes even Hokage, who would teach a few things, and even let them pick a jutsu to learn from the Scroll of Sealing. That's how advanced this is. This is basically for the elite among elite prodigies, and your whole team has to be an elite prodigy. Your team basically has to be a team of elite prodigies to even get the option to join this class. So after basically a month of learning and doing some D-rank missions, excuse me for that. Okay. Basically, they would say that they want at least a better mission. And so Harrison would call in Tatsuda, and he would see a kid with crow wings, he would see a kid with Byakugan, and a kid with 9 tails. And Naruto would also have a mask at this point, because He likes having kind of like a fox mask. And so he would then just see, are these kids supposed to protect me? Naruto then plays a Tomoe Sharingan along with Sasuke, and he just says, I take that back. And he says, what about this Kunoichi? She would activate the Byakugan, and he would just say, fair enough, the team of Dojutsus, and Kakashi with the Sharingan. 3 Sharingans and a Byakugan, wow. It was... So Naruto would then turn into a fox, jump on Kakashi's head, and say, you're carrying me. And Naruto would basically just go to sleep on Kakashi's head as it would be walking. Naruto can basically sense the emotions coming from the bottle. And Naruto then wakes up. Kakashi would notice this as the tiny fox hasn't moved on his head in like 30 minutes. And then he moves. When the Tuning Brothers pop out, Naruto immediately jumps off Kakashi's head, turns back into a human, slaps one against a tree, and then he grabs the scythe off of his back and shoves it into one's stomach, throwing the other against another tree. And so, yeah. Naruto would basically throw his scythe, trapping the Chunin brother that wasn't stabbed in the stomach, and he would tell Sasuke to go do with the other one, that he'll interrogate this one. And so he would try to figure out information. He would say that he got hired by Gato, and that he has a lot of money, and that he could basically hire anyone. Just name your price and he'll pay it, basically, is what the Chunin brother said. So, he would tell Kakashi this, and Kakashi would just shrug and just say, okay. And, he would then just say, we're continuing. And, basically, I just forgot his name. Tasuno would just be astonished at the trust on the power of the amount of trust that Kakashi has in the power of his team. And basically, if you have a mission, then you're excused, but you have to do homework. Homework. Yeah, okay. So, Tasuno would ask Kakashi, why does he have such trust in his team while Naruto has gone back into his fox one sitting on his head. He would say that Kakashi would then basically just say, have you ever heard of the fox god legend? And then he would just gesture to the fox on his head, which was Naruto, and just say, see the 9 tails. And Tasuno would then piece it all together, and he would then just say, that child's the fox god. We have been blessed. And Tasuno would then just say he doesn't have any fear, and Kakashi would then just say, the other Uchiha and the Hyuga on my team, Hinata and Sasuke, are also both demigods. In the Leaf Village, we have a total of 7. According to, somebody who would be an expert on those things. The father of this child. And when, okay, I forgot his name. Okay, Zabuza, there we go. I keep forgetting their names. I just need to basically create a Word document with all the Naruto characters' names on it so I don't forget it. Because I keep forgetting their names. I seriously can't remember their names. Okay. So, basically, Kakashi would yell duck as they would all duck, minus Naruto, and Naruto, just hearing this as the sword would go over Kakashi's head, getting some of Naruto's tail is basically chopping like the tip off of one. Naruto would then go back into his human form. Now he's mad. When Zabuza appears, Naruto's hair is starting to go white. This is Naruto's god form. Yeah, there's no way Zabuza's escaping alive. See, it's one thing to come at Naruto with killing a tent. It's another thing to chop off to even touch his tails. If you touch his tails, you're gonna die. And like if you harm his tails, you're gonna die, basically. You don't touch his tails. His tails are basically his sacred place to lay on. His sacred movable pillow that he can just lay on at any moment. And removing that makes Naruto angry. So, you would feel the pure pressure coming off of Naruto you would feel the pressure and anger coming off of Naruto. Naruto would then grab his scythe and without even moving, Zabuza's head is gone. And Naruto was mad. Oh yeah, and Naruto hates it when people touch his tails, and he didn't disclose that. And so Naruto then calms down a bit, grabs the sword. He grabs Zabuza's sword, gives it to Kakashi, and no, I'm actually deciding, should I do Naruhina or should I do Narutomura? I don't know at this point anymore. I don't know. Okay, no, I'm gonna do Naruhina. Naruhina would be better. I feel like. So, Naruto's hair would go back to its more golden color, and then he would then sheath his sword. Hinata would basically ask Naruto, "Are you okay?" Wow, basically hugging him, making sure that he's okay. And Naruto would be shocked at this, because nobody's really hugged him. Only the third Hokage has, and this one he would be kind of blushing. He would just say yes. So, Naruto then just says he hates it when people mess with his tails, because basically just his movable pillow that he can just flop on anywhere. Because Naruto would then basically just kind of like flop on the ground and just land on his tails and just say, "It's the best pillow. You cannot fight with me. You will not know the joy unless you have tails." And, yeah. So, Tasuno would say that we can go to his house, and oh yeah, I didn't forget about Haku. Haku was angry in the tree, and Haku knows what he's gonna go for. The tails, obviously. Next time that they meet, Haku's going straight for those tails. As Sasuke would then ask, how comfortable could those tails be? I mean, it has to be awkward sitting in a chair. Naruto would then just say, "No, these tails are my chair." As Naruto would then go back onto Kakashi's head at the smallpox and saying that he's going to let his tail heal. As now that got Sasuke wondering, how comfortable could a tail be? they look fluffy, but seriously, like he would imagine that they would probably be kind of like prickly fur, according to what he's heard and seen like pictures of the nine tails. He would guess that like the fur would be prickly, but then now it got him wondering, and it also got Hinata wondering. They were just deep in thought about this whole tail thing. So they would get back to Tazuna's house. Naruto would basically get off Kakashi's head. They would walk into Tazuna's home. Kakashi would be carrying the executioner's blade on his back. And basically, Tazuna's daughter would ask, who are these people? And he would then just say, these are the ninja that protected him. So basically, they would all go to eat. Naruto doesn't have much of a ravenous appetite because, well, let me explain this. Gods don't eat, so imagine, Naruto would have a normal appetite because combining an Uzumaki's ginormous appetite with a demigod, not a demigod, but with a god. Oh. Okay, I'm back. Okay. So yeah. So Naruto would have a normal appetite, not eating a whole bunch of food. So Naruto would basically, forget. Okay. Okay, I already forgot again. Oh yeah, Tazuna's daughter would ask what's up with the tails. What's up with Naruto's tails and Sasuke's wings? Because he completely forgot that he made Sasuke have wings, but yeah. Naruto would then just say, it's a very long story that I don't feel like going into, but it's... Yes. Naruto would then just say, but don't mess with the tails. I get angry if you do. And Inari would kind of just get off of his chair and start poking at Naruto's tails. And these are sensitive, kind of. And Naruto would start laughing as Inari is poking at Naruto's tails, and he would tell Inari to stop. And Inari would do so, as Naruto just couldn't contain in the laughter as at that point he was basically going to choke laughing. So they would all continue eating, and yeah. So when they go for training, as they don't need to do training, as basically everybody has to take chakra control lessons for at least the first 6 months. Well, for at least the first like half of the academy, like they have to do it for half of the academy, half of the advanced academy. So they already know how to walk on chakra and stuff. And yeah. Not walk on chakra, walk on the water and walk on trees. I am idiot. So Naruto would basically be so they would all be going. So one night they would all meet in the forest, and Inari would be wondering what's going on, seeing them all meet in the forest. And Naruto would then basically kind of pop out a key and basically say door to the God realm, as they would see, Inari would see a doorway open that's to a bright shining place that seemed to have clouds everywhere. Beautiful buildings, clouds, and these weren't storm clouds. They were like white puffy clouds that were. And now this really got him wondering what they were, because they definitely weren't human, or if they were definitely something else, or part something else. Oh yeah, if you're wondering what that call was about, that was my dad. That was my dad. Okay, so Naruto would. Okay, yeah. Okay, good. Oh, it's gonna be scared about this thing shutting off 35 minutes in. I don't like when it does that. Because then I lose all my hard work and I have to restart and I forget what I said. Okay, let's go back to the what if. Okay, so they would go basically train with their parents as basically Kakashi would be there and would have been there and he would have saw Inari and just says, I bet you're wondering what they are. And Inari would just be like, yep. And Kakashi would then just say, well, they're demigods. Naruto is the legendary fox god. Sasuke, one of the Uchiha prodigy, is the son of Amaterasu, the fire goddess, and Hinata is the child of a not well-known wind goddess. And would just be like, that's crazy. Gods are myths. You might pray to them, but that's religion and stuff. Okay. Kakashi would then just say, well, obviously that's not true because, well, Naruto is living proof and his father is also living proof. His father was the god that created everything. He created everything. Okay. Give me 2 seconds, I'm eating some chocolate. Okay. So Naruto. So they would be training a bit with using their godly powers. After they're done, basically, both Sasuke and Naruto would have eternal Mangekyous, as Naruto can just create a sensation basically Naruto can create a sensation that can mimic, that can basically awaken the Mangekyo, and Naruto can create a false situation. And he can also create basically a false sling in the brain that would basically tell the Mangekyo to awaken the eternal Mangekyo without awakening it. Naruto's next step is awaken the Rinnegan, and he would have to work up to all 12 tomoes of the Renne Sharingan and then the Mangekyo Renne Sharingan. And imagine a Rinnegan. Basically double Rinnegan just condensing down. Okay. So Naruto. So yeah. So they would just be doing the job as they would just be building as Naruto would just be in his fox form, as he can sense emotions in his fox form. So he can sense if there's any malice or anything around. So this isn't the point of the attack. Naruto would also have just a couple shadow clones helping build, basically carrying some bricks. Basically it would basically be foxes, like a bunch of tailed foxes carrying basically large pieces of bridge to build with. Yeah, I know. Great wording. Great wording. I deserve a pat on the back for that. Oh my god, I almost let the recording stop. Okay. So, they would all go and they would just kind of help build the bridge because they want to get done with this mission as soon as possible. And Naruto would basically just be playing around in the water and just like creating like random rocks where fish would be, like basically in the fishes, basically where fish would be swimming, basically like right in front of the fish. Naruto would create a rock, and Hinata would tell Naruto to stop being so mean to the fishes, as he would then just say okay. Naruto then just says that he wants somewhere to lay because the hard concrete is not working for him. As basically, Hinata would then pick up Naruto and just carry Naruto around and just say, then you're staying with me because you're not bothering the fishes anymore. Those poor fishes hitting their poor fish heads, being confused, getting rock bonked. And yeah, so it's gonna be Naruhina. Okay, yeah. So, part 6 to God/Angel soon. Maybe tonight? I have no idea. It might be tonight. I have no idea. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might do God/Angel part 6. I don't know if I'm just completely abandoning hope on that one. I don't know. But this has been part 2 of With Naruto the Fox God, coming out a day after the original came out, which is the first. A part 2 to What If coming out the day after. It'll be an accomplishment when I get part 2 coming out the same day, because I was actually thinking of doing part 2 last night. And I was just like, nah, I'll just wait a bit. Should I do Meliodas' son? Should I do more Meliodas' son? And I'll have to rewatch that because I don't remember how I did that, to be honest. And I'll probably have to rewatch my entire God/Angel series, which would probably be a chore because all those parts are like 30 to 40 minutes long, so I don't know if I'm gonna do that. Oh my god. Okay. Well, have a good day. If you guys have any ideas, you guys can suggest them. So always be aware that you guys can suggest ideas. You guys can even suggest things and plan into the what if. I was honestly creating. Oh yeah, wait, no, I did do that. I honestly forgot that I created just the more useless soccer on this. Or wait, did I do that? I don't remember. I'm gonna have to rewatch this to know what I did and know what I didn't. Okay, this has been What If Naruto Was the Fox God Part 2. Thanks for the support on the last part. Okay, remember to like and subscribe. Have a great day. See you guys next time.